Hi everybody, I'm going to be posting this on YouTube and on Facebook. Those of you on Facebook have seen that I've put on my status that I'm sick of stupidity. The reason that I have put that up is because of several things that have been happening the past few days, and actually a little longer than that. As I've said before, I really dislike celebrities, and I'm a pseudo-celebrity, there are some of you who've heard of me, and I appreciate all that you have done for me. I really do. I don't like celebrities using their status, to try to bully people. But when I get so angry and upset, I do have to vent. So I'm going to try to get these out and just understand. I know some of you won't agree with me politically. That's fine. That's what this country is about, the United States of America. The ability to have a civilized discourse, to talk to each other. Not rant, not rave, but right now I'm kind of in a rant, rave mood, and I'll try to control it. The first thing I'm going to address is what happened to my companion, Whitney. I hate the term husband. I just don't like it. It implies husband and wife. There's always this thing of superiority, husband this, wife that, and there's no husband and wife in our relationship, or husband and husband. We take care of each other. That's what the whole idea of us being in our relationship is about. Whitney was in class, for those of you who've kept track of these sort of things. He left his regular job a couple of years ago and decided to go back to school. And there was an impromptu discussion about homosexuality. Now, one of the people came up with the old canard, well, it's a choice. Okay, I think I've gone over this before, but I'm going to go over it just quickly again. Would someone, one of you, straight people, tell me when you made your choice? Tell me what day it was you got up, you looked at a guy, you looked at a girl, and you said, I like that, or I like that. Whichever one. Tell me when you did that, how you knew. When you said, well, that looks good, but I think I like that better. Sexuality is hardwired into us. There may be nurture, there may be nature, it may be a combination of both, one more than the other, but it's not a hard choice. Now, whether or not you were sexually active, yes, that is a choice. Yes, I could say, well, I will never have sex again and try to stick by that, but quite honestly, that's not going to happen with me. You don't like that? That's fine. Don't have sex with me. I probably don't want to have sex with you either, but that's irrelevant. Okay? The next thing another person came up with was, well, it contributed to the fall of the Roman Empire. Oh, I love people who do that. They obviously have never touched a history book in their lives, especially not one that dealt with Rome. Rome was an evolving empire. It wasn't static. At the time it fell, it was Christian. Duh. Oh, you didn't know that? You thought it was still pagan? No, wrong. Remember Constantine, as in Constantinople? Well, he was the emperor of Rome 100 years before it fell. I'm doing this sort of circa about 100 years, thereabouts, because I don't want to get into too much detail, but I could. When it fell, it was a Christian empire, and it didn't really fall because Rome wasn't even the center of the empire at that point. The center of the Western Empire at that point was Ravenna, not Rome. Okay? Did you know that? Look it up. Further, the main seat of power of the Roman Empire at that time was Constantinople. Why? Because Constantine moved it there. Okay? And it survived the fall of Rome. Therefore, the Roman Empire didn't fall, it evolved. Okay. So there's that. Don't come at me with historical things. It was because of homosexuality that this happened. No. Okay, the next thing that really teed me off, I'm trying to keep my language fairly tame here, was a letter to the editor in the LA Times. It was discussing the fact that Proposition 8, the ban on same-sex marriage, which has been made a constitutional amendment in California. These are that went before our Supreme Court with this attorney, Shannon Price Minter, arguing to have it rescinded by the justices. This person, I don't know if he's a lawyer. Generally, if a person's a lawyer, they say it in their letters, oh, I'm a lawyer, therefore I know what I'm talking about, as if every lawyer, is an expert on every subject and every aspect of the law. But he goes on, first he says that how this person said this, Mentor, and then he goes on to say how she is wrong. Well, Mentor is a very courageous person, a female to male, transgendered. Whether you agree with that or not, irrelevant. That's just the fact of who this person is. But the third paragraph, he says, also, a same-sex couple is not equal to a man-woman couple. Not physically, not functionally, not even emotionally. Parentheses. The natural masculine-feminine balance is just not there. End parentheses. The only basis for equality I can see is the fact that they are both human couples. This isn't about equal rights. It's about validation. No, it's about equal rights. If something happens to me, Whitney doesn't get my Social Security. He doesn't get the other benefits. He has to go through all this stuff. Now, for those of you who say, well, but you could have a domestic partnership. That's just as good. Let me ask you this. Are you willing to have a domestic partnership? Think it's just as good? If you can vote my marriage away, why can't you vote away my domestic partnership if it suits you? I've addressed that before. But this person actually goes so far as to say that cats. He didn't say cats. I just said cats. He just said there is not the connection there that he has with his wife. There's not the connection there that Britney Spears has had with her husband of the hour, or Pamela Anderson and her boy toy, or Cher and whoever she's boffing, that somehow our relationship of over 29 years with everything we've gone through is not as valid. That because of hormones. He doesn't say that he's a doctor, an endocrinologist, an expert in hormones. He just says, oh, well, I know this. How he knows what's inside my mind, what my emotional levels, what my commitment is, what my needs are, is beyond me. I don't know his. I would never presume to know his, but he presumes to know mine. That's the second thing of stupidity. Now, in order for this to be on Facebook, I've got to keep it to a certain length. So I'm going to go on to my third thing that's got me just wound tight. Just a minute in another posting. Okay? Oh, and for the shout outs, I will get them done today, and the cards. I promise. I really do promise. Just